Our next trip is to the magical land, where the streets have no name. Spoiler alert, U2 did not film the album in the eponymous national park. But that did not stop us from being awed by Joshua Tree and its mottled golden landscape. We're up to National Park 9, if anyone's counting. This marks the first of what will be another tradition, the LA trips to meet our besties. This is a new and wonderful chapter of my relationship with California. It was a 3 hour drive from LAX to 29 Palms. Our stay was at a Fairfield, mere 10 minutes away from the park. Did I mention that it was Thanksgiving? We caught a beautiful sunset on our first night, but the highlight was the stargazing. We drove into the park at midnight and tried to capture the best moment. Next day, a quick stop to the visitor center, and next on the agenda, we had a mountain to climb. This park is mostly desert and wondrous towering rock formations. Adorning the landscape on every turn were the Joshua trees. They belong to the yucca family, roots going deep and shooting up fairly tall for a tree that grows in the desert. Parentheses. Not a dig at saguaros. I'm sure they're more impressive than given the temperatures they withstand. Well, Ryan Mountain was an unimpressive 3 miles and 2,000 feet. Exactly what you would expect from a mountain named Ryan. But before you knock it, look at those views. The Mojave Desert in the horizon under that clear blue sky. If you saw my last video, you know that I did not reach the top of Guadalupe Peak, which means Ryan Mountain is the most special mountain of all to me. By this time, I had realized that I could do almost anything I set my mind to, especially with Sushant by my side. Tired and happy, we took in another sunset, this time at a popular viewpoint. I was singing U2 and Tom Petty for the most of this trip, but the view of those trees against the blues and the purples made me hum, "In the jungle, the mighty jungle." We ended the night at Joshua Tree Saloon with some music, beer, and ice cream. Day 2 and Starbucks was open again. A mild caffeine boost to help us scramble on some baby rocks. The sense of adventure multiplies when there's uneven terrain, and I'm a better scrambler than a hiker, especially when it comes to elevation gains. I'm no rock climber though, never had the upper body strength. After the arch rock, we of course saw a lot more Joshua trees on our scenic drive to the other end of the park. We stopped at the Chola Cactus Garden for some pictures at the golden hour before heading back to LA. Let me add here that this trip was one for the books, not only because I met Axel for the first time, but it was also the first time that we met Kat. And who knew then that we would all be here today? Well, that's a wrap on National Park number 9 and the first of many LA trips to come in our lives.